give full concentration to the most important activity as prescribed by all the Vedic literatures, by all the great acharyas. So we might as well try it, right? And today we'll chant japa, the most intimate of practices of devotional service, by repeating the divine names of Kṛṣṇa and praying for service. And I'll start by reading some instructions from Srila Prabhupada about the process of chanting. This is from a letter to Śraddhā on October 30th, 1976. If you want to stay in Kṛṣṇa consciousness, you will have to develop firm faith in Guru and Shastra. Therefore, you must study my books very scrutinizingly, follow the 4 regulative principles very strictly, and chant 16 rounds daily, avoiding the 10 offenses. Don't take this movement as something cheap. And then a letter to the devotees of Vancouver in 1973, January. My dear sons and daughters, please accept my blessings. Upon the recommendation of Bahudak, I have gladly accepted all of you as my duly initiated disciples. Now my request to all of you is that you very seriously and sincerely stick to the principles of devotional service, and especially observe strictly the 4 prohibitions, and without fail always chant at least 16 rounds on your beads daily. In this way, you will be always happy. You have now got the golden opportunity of this human form of life, and it is not by accident that you have met your spiritual master. So, if you are actually intelligent, you will take advantage of Krishna's blessings upon you and go back to home, back to Godhead. The essential point to remember is that by your activity, you will please always your spiritual master. That means following the orders and instructions of your spiritual master. And my first instruction to all my disciples is that they become Kṛṣṇa conscious devotees themselves and help others to become devotees by spreading this Kṛṣṇa consciousness movement all over the world, utilizing their energy however they are best able to do it. In this way, if you keep yourselves always engaged in Krishna's business 24 hours, then you will be freed from all attachment to Maya by Krishna's grace. Just as when the darkness and the light come together, the darkness cannot stand before the light, so Maya cannot remain in the presence of Kṛṣṇa. Always remember, therefore, to chant Hare Kṛṣṇa, and that will save you in all circumstances without any doubt. Shri Harinam Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Pancha-tattva ki jai. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Śrivāsari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Śrivāsari Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Kṛṣṇa. See, isn't that nice? And it's important that we see each other also chanting, as we get strength from being together. Many years ago, I went to Mayapur. I hadn't been there in a few years, and I hadn't seen His Holiness Lokanath Maharaj for many years. And he came up to me during Tulsi Puja when we were going around circumambulating. He put his arm around my shoulder and he said, "Still alive and kicking, huh?" And it's important to see our fellow devotees, all the devotees together, alive and kicking. Because when we see, then we also reflect that same energy. So that's why it's important to have japa circle and class where we all come together. The sages at Naimisaranya came together and we give each other energy. It's a sangha. Nobody independently on their own can survive the onslaught of the modes of material nature. But together, we can stay alive and kicking somehow or other. And that's the main point just stay alive somehow or other and keep kicking Maya away. And so now let's just hear, actually, I'll read one more little section and then we'll take a couple of reflections. This is from Prabhupada's teachings on the holy name, and hear from the purport to Gaurangera Duti Pada. Lord Chaitanya is so nice that one who simply takes the holy name of Gaurasundara Sri Kṛṣna Chaitanya will immediately develop love of God. Generally, devotees first chant Sri Kṛṣna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda for the preliminary process of cleansing the heart, is to invoke the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda, and their associates. Leela means pastimes. Without associates, there cannot be pastimes. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by associates, Nityananda, Advaita, Gadadhar, Śrīvāsa, and many other devotees. Simply by chanting Sri Kṛṣna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, one immediately develops love of God. To such a person, Narottam Das Thakur says, bravo, to encourage him in chanting Lord Chaitanya's name and dancing, just as we clap and say, bravo. Similarly, he says, Jai, Boli Hari, very nice, excellent. Sometimes devotees wonder why I say bravo, and that's why. Say, why don't you say Jai instead of bravo? Well, I say both, but bravo is bona fide, proof positive. Chanting japa, if during a japa session, we can feel that this is where I want to be. I don't want to be anywhere else. If that feeling comes over you when you're chanting japa, instead of being harassed by the thought that, oh, I need to be somewhere else, when's this going to be over? Then you're getting traction, you're going somewhere. Because it means we're willingly associating with the holy name. And that's the sum and substance of the process of Krishna consciousness, how to advance, is to be willingly in the association of the holy name in a mood of service, and to feel that I don't want to be anywhere else. Śraddhā, śabde, viśvāsa, kahe, sudṛḍha, niścaya, Kṛṣṇa, kaile, sarva-karma, kṛta. And that part of that feeling is that everything's done by this. I can't be effectual in this world, really, because everything's already, to quote one of our leaders, everything's rigged in the material world. It's all rigged. The whole material world's rigged by the three modes of material nature. This is tasyaiva, hetoḥ, prayateta, kovido, labhyate bhramatām upary, labhyate duḥkhavad, anyataḥ, sukhaṁ, kaile sarvatra gabhīra-raṁhasā, means the whole world's rigged. It's already rigged. So don't worry about trying to change the karma. Worry about trying to go deeply within the holy name and stay, in a mood of service to the holy name. And then there's happiness, and then there's traction in spiritual life. Let's hear any reflections you have from the readings or from your chanting this week. Any realizations you can share that might enliven the devotees.
Hare Kṛṣṇa, Prabhu.
Hare Kṛṣṇa.
Hare Kṛṣṇa. Just a quick realization from what you read before, how Prabhupada said that just by chanting the holy name of God, one can be happy. And in the end, you read how everything is rigged. So I was just thinking that even if we don't chant the holy names, the material world will force us to realize that everything is there in the chanting the holy name. I was just thinking that even saying other prayers or doing other type of so-called spiritual activities doesn't give as much happiness as chanting our 16 rounds with focus. Because no matter, like if we say like the entire Vishnu Sahasranam early in the morning, but still there is the thing in your heart that you didn't chant your 16 rounds. So I was just thinking how the happiness comes from doing our rounds. Thank you.
And that helps too, doesn't it?
Yes.
Because if we know the primary and the fundamental foundational activities, and we get those done first, then we have something to build upon for the day. And the 16 rounds, as Prabhupada was pointing out, is the most important of all activities. You can't feel satisfied unless you've done your at least 16 rounds. Thanks, Kandarvika Radha. Śraddhā Devi Dasi.
Dandavat Pranam, Guru Maharaj. So I was just thinking that when it comes to rigging, there's some rigging also on the spiritual plane, because in the beginning you were saying that it's not by chance that you meet your spiritual master. So there's some arrangement there as well.
Yeah, Krishna's, got his catcher's mitt out, and he's trying to get all the souls to come back as quickly as possible. He sends his agents out, but he never interferes with the independence. Yeah. But he does want us to rig things as much as possible by distributing Krishna consciousness and helping people to go in that direction. That's why Prabhupada mentioned in the first excerpt that I read that it's the most valuable kind of service, and that is helping others to come to Krishna consciousness. It's very valuable. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Maharaj.
We're extending the rigged metaphor here. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Couple more. Yes.
Prabhu, I've been trying to write down after I do my japa on what happened today, what went right, what went wrong. That has been very helpful. Because the next day I just look at it and think that, okay, this is what I'm not supposed to do. Like, how many times did I feel I have to check my phone, or, oh, this is very important to do, I cannot just wait because I've been forgetting, and then go on the email. So I think, so then I put my phone and laptop away in a different room, in a different level of the house. So I will not if I make an attempt to get up and go, then immediately my mind will change and say, no, just sit and chant. So I think that has been very helpful.
Very good. Yes, what gets measured gets improved. And if you're having a hard time with your phone, get a kitchen safe. It's about $60 on Amazon, and you lock it in there and dial up the time. Be careful, don't put 2 weeks on there, otherwise it won't open. But be careful and dial in the time, and then there's a relief in their mind because it's locked. You can't get in there anymore. Very good. Keeping track is very important. It's very helpful. Okay, 2 more.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Corina.
Haribol. We read something in Bhramatām, what we find very inspiring. There is, at the end of this verse, Srila Sanatana describes his own relationship with Harinama. It is everything to him. Nothing else is important. For him, Harinam is the nectar of immorality, the happiness of true liberation, countless times greater than the satisfaction of impersonal mukti. Harinama is also greater than the bliss of Vaikuntha. It is sweeter than all other attractive things. It is Sanatana Goswami's very life and only ornament, a limitless reservoir of auspiciousness, the entire focus of his attention. We found this very, very inspiring.
Bravo, bravo. These are very Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So last week you mentioned that try reading Bhagavad Gita before you do chanting, and to remove the anxieties. And that really helped me this week, that to focus on chanting, to reorient my purpose, that why I'm living. Like, I'm doing so many things, but why I'm doing it, it's so that we can chant good rounds every day. So that was really helpful tip, and it helped me to improve my chanting.
Thank you very much, Balmukunda Prabhu. Such a practical suggestion. It's the most potent medicine, the combination, read Bhagavad Gita, then chant Hare Krishna. Because when we hear the Bhagavad Gita, we hear Krishna's benevolent voice and feel his guidance directly. Our intelligence gets fortified, and then we can really lean into the chanting. That's really nice. Thank you very much. And we're ready again. Sachinandana Gauranga Das, question on focusing. Okay. That's all I see is just question on focusing. So let's chant for a little while more. And we'll hear one more instruction from Srila Prabhupada as soon as we finish chanting for a few minutes. Gaur Premanande Haribol, Haribol. Here are some final instructions given by Srila Prabhupada for this morning. on the chanting of the holy names from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Lila. These 5 tattvas incarnate with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and thus the Lord executes his Sankirtan movement with great pleasure. Purport: in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.532, there is the following statement regarding Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kṛṣṇa varnam tvasha Kṛṣṇam sangopangashtra parshadam jagnai sankirtana prayera yajantihi sumedhasaha. In the age of Kali, people who are endowed with sufficient intelligence will worship the Lord, who is accompanied by his associates by performance of the Sankirtan Yajna. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by his plenary expansion, Sri Nityananda Prabhu, his incarnation, Sri Advaita Prabhu, his internal potency, Sri Gadadhara Prabhu, and his marginal potency, Śrīvāsa Prabhu. He is in the midst of them as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. One should know that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is always accompanied by these other tattvas. Therefore, our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are complete when we say Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. As preachers of the Krishna consciousness movement, we first offer our obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by chanting this Pancha-tattva mantra. Then we say, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There are 10 offenses in the chanting of the Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra, but these are not considered in the chanting of the Pancha-tattva mantra. Namely, Sri Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvāsa Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is known as Mahavadana Vadanaya Avatar, the most magnanimous incarnation, for he does not consider the offenses of the fallen souls. Thus, to derive the full benefit of the chanting of the Mahamantra, Hare Kṛṣṇa, Kṛṣṇa Kṛṣṇa, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we must first take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, learn the Pancha-tattva Mahamantra, and then chant the Hare Kṛṣṇa Mahamantra. That will be very effective. Hare Krishna. So there it is. The most effective process is to chant the Lord's holy names. And the more we make that the focal point of our day, of our life, the more we feel happiness. And we're able to distribute it to other people when we're happy and not confused by the complexities of life. Let's see if there's any last reflections, because we have 2 minutes left.
Hare Krishna Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Anirudh Nitai Chand Ki Jai.
Thank you, Prabhu, for the nice session for Harinam. Prabhu, actually, you mentioned about the importance of Pancha-tattva mantra. So I was just recalling a story which my Guru Maharaj shared, Sri Jayapataka Maharaj. He said that there was a devotee from another sampradaya who reached out to Guru Maharaj and said that, I also chant Hare Krishna mantra, but I don't feel any ecstasy. So then Guru Maharaj told him that you do the Pancha-tattva mantra first, and then you do the Hare Krishna mantra, then see what happens. Then later, a year after when he met Guru Maharaj, he was asking, what mantra you have given me? I am now getting so much bliss from the Hare Krishna mantra. There is so much ecstasy. So I thought of sharing that, which is very relevant to the discussion.
You've shared a most intimate secret, an instruction given to a God brother, and now we can take it into our hearts that we have this special formula by chanting the Pancha-tattva Mahamantra and then the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can clear our pathway to chanting without offense by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. That was worth the price of admission today, just to hear from you that instruction. Anirudh Nitai Chand Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay. We'll leave it at that, because what could be better than what he just gave us? And very nice realizations, excerpts we heard from Bhagavatamrita and from all the devotees, fresh off the presses, right out of the realization in the hearts of the Vaishnavas. This is the live Sankirtan movement. And now let's keep that Maha Mantra going, because that's our strength. And we want to get stronger and stronger in Krishna consciousness, so we can spread Krishna consciousness to as many people all over the world and just inundate the planet with the holy name. What do you think, Malini?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes. Palika? Yes?
Yes, Guru Maharaj, yes.
How about Sudhir Madhava, Prabhu?
Hare Krishna.
All right, we have 3 yeses. Hare Krishna. Vanchakalpatarishya, Kripasindabe, Vichapatitanam, Pavanebhyam, Vaishnavebhyam, Namo Namaha.